And welcome back to a message for you. I felt the need to extend this one as well because there was a lot of stuttering and at some point a lot of like karmic noise. Right now we have, a pug. Oh, he's wiggling on the sofa. So that's good energy coming in. We got a wiggle pug, which means that's really good energy coming in. So basically, I'm using my Spirit Song Tarot deck, and we have the Four of Acorns, Queen of Feathers, Page of Shells, Knight of Crystals, Four of Shells, the Shadow, Six of Feathers, and Four of Feathers. Now, something I said in the short was very poignant. You weren't always this. You were something else. This does represent you, this Four of Coins, this comfort in community, and this person. You are this. You have a lot under there. You have a lot to keep you warm. You have a lot of whatever a lot is for you, whether that's a lot of knowledge, a lot of trauma, a lot of being of who you are, a lot of understanding, whatever this is, whatever you are right now, you were something before that. And don't think that this has gone unnoticed by the divine, the way that you grew. And what the divine needs you to really, really, really understand is that they're taking people and places out of your life. And you are going to start understanding that the perception of the truth around you is not exactly what it is supposed to be. And you can tell this because your intuition is starting to kick in. And because your intuition now, it's not that it's not always kicked in, it is. It's always kicked in. It's just right now, you are physically hearing it. You're listening. You're having that realization that when it says to go left, I go left and I get to where I need to go because I'm in the right area now. When I go to leave the driveway, I stop and I have a feeling a car is coming from the right. I look to the right, 2 seconds later, a car comes. For me, when I was younger, it was the telephone would start ringing. We have cats playing now, see? Getting out all the negative energy. I'm taking that negative energy away from you. Let's take the negative energy right out the door. Yeah, that's better. So, thank you, Spirit. So, you're welcome. So, answering myself. So spirit needs you, and the divine need you to know that peaceful places and things are being taken right out of your life. You're being brought to a higher ascension. And where you are now, where you are as this queen, your queen is being brought backwards a little bit, a few steps, just so that you can gain a higher insight, so that you can gain a higher perspective. Because they need you to be able to stand a little taller before you can take your crown back. You know, sometimes you have to hide the fact that you're the queen and go in and be a villager and learn for a while and wiggle around before you can go back and take the throne and actually be able to rule justly and divinely in the kingdom around you, because you need that experience. You need to work on that shadow. You need that so that you can not only learn endurance and determination, not that you didn't learn endurance and determination through all of this, but this is a different kind of endurance. This is a different kind of determination. This is the kind of endurance and determination where you step back and go, you know what, I don't have to endure this or determine this anymore. I can step away from this and walk down this trail and be perfectly fine and wiggle my ass down there and be okay. It's making the new, better choices that are going to lift you back up to where you need to be as that queen figure, which will then bring you into your kingship. Because this transition is coming whether you really want it or not. And if you're still here, please like and subscribe, and thank you, I appreciate you. And understand that if you're still here right now, you're already okay with this. You've already noticed that, you know, in my life I was brought back heavily. For you, you might just have, you know, been brought back a little bit. You know, it just, everybody's steps are different that they're going to take. But every time we go back a little bit, we work a little bit more on our shadow. And it's this working on our shadow right now that is really, really super important, because this is what is going to bring you the divine insight that you need to see the things around you the way that the divine needs you to to see, because we're all kind of being called to action right now so that we can help make the world a better place and bring it to the unity the way that it is supposed to be. Because right now, it is not the way it is supposed to be. Because I had a reading earlier where if you come across the tarot reader and they look at you and say, remember, there's no hashtags, you got this by this divinely. No, actually, they're trying to gaslight you, because God told me, I don't care if I got to put 25 hashtags on there, drag you down a ditch and shove it in your face. I will get you the message I need to. And if I need a tarot worker or a worker of the divine to put a hashtag in there, God's going to tell them. So when you hear people say stuff like that, they're giving you a false idea of what your intuition is. They're misguiding your intuition. They're telling you that following a hashtag isn't following your intuition because it didn't just divinely pop up there without a hashtag. That's gaslighting, and God needs you to know it, because God the Father is waking up, and I have yet to feel God. And if you're still here, you understand what I'm saying when I say this. I have yet to feel in November in upstate New York on Lake Ontario, feel God the Mother go to sleep. Last year, I felt her go to sleep at the end of September, beginning of October. I felt fall this year in August. I have yet to feel, oh, there was a white light. I have yet to feel winter start. And of course, it's November on the lake, on Lake Ontario. So it's, so subjective in Oswego. But I have not felt God the Mother go to sleep. And here, I am feeling God the Father waking up and coming into a clarity of unity where all of us light workers, all of us empaths, intuitionists, clairvoyants, whatever you call yourself, we are all helping God the Father. You know how you have, that person in your life that you can't wake up, and if you've got to wake them up, you've got to go a very specific, special way about it. Or if you need them to recognize a problem, you can't just charge at it. You got to kind of loosen them up a little bit. That's what God the Father is like. There's a reason why God the Father has two other people on either side of him to help guide him around. And God the Mother makes you responsible for your actions. So, not everybody's, because there is, when you're going through your life path, rebirth after rebirth, there is a period of time where you need to go without hearing the divine, so that when you finally do hear the divine, it's not so overwhelming. But that's because we have mortal bodies and I don't know who needed to know that or hear that, but that's what that is. So if somebody ever says, oh no, everybody can tap in. No, not everybody can tap in. And if your life path dictates that you're not supposed to, you can look at it, watch it, have fun with it, but you're not supposed to be able to hear, and someone says and you try, you will go crazy. You will start hearing shit. Shit will go wrong because you tapped into something you were not supposed to hear yet. Because your life path wasn't taking you down the avenue where you were supposed to tap in. Your life path was taking you down the avenue of, this is what it's like to learn how to be a human. So you have to have that silence of learning how to be a human in so many life paths before you can really start to tap into the divine. And when you are on that life path where you start to tap into the divine, you're going to know little things like, oh, Aunt Margaret always knows that when everybody's pregnant. Aunt Judy always knows what everybody's having. You're only going to be able to tap in. It's little bits at a time through each lifetime, It's not everything all at once. And that's what life in general is inch by inch. Life is a cinch, yard by yard. It's very, very hard. That's why it can take many, many years for your intuition to kick in, because your life level has to be at a certain point. And right now, your life level is at that certain point, and you are reviewing your shadow. You are, clearing your throat chakra a lot. And I'm being told you're actually telling your truth. And that's the only way that you can progress further on to the path from this point on, is to express your truth. Obviously, not the truth that's going to hurt somebody to the point that they're going to want to hurt themselves, but it's also learning how to be tasteful in doing that and knowing when to go, you know what, my friend is mentally unfit right now and I can't say that to them, but in 6 weeks we got to have a conversation, and right now I'm going to guide them. It's understanding where those people are, and if you're listening to this, then you understand where those people are. You understand how to have that empathy, that kindness. You understand how to be kind and unkind. You understand how much of your energy to give and how much of it to take back. So you do it. You do the rest. You what's the word I'm looking for here? You do the rest. You do the transition. You do the insight. You do the things that you need to do to keep yourself spiritually clean. Yeah, it's true, Spirit. We all get our feet muddy and clean in the same way, in different ways. So that is this message. You are going through a major shift in your clairvoyance and in your insights. You are gaining gifts that you may not right now completely and totally understand. So just start writing stuff down, seeing what's going on, and asking questions. But remember, when your clairvoyance comes in, you can't interact with it too much, because you also have to be able to listen, and then it becomes a balance. And I'm like getting yelled at because it's like, yeah, this isn't it. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And even I can interact too much and ask too many questions, but that's a thing. We all have to learn that balance, and that's true determination. And yeah. Is there anything else, Spirit? Okay, I think that's all. And Spirit says you're going through this because they've seen you work on your shadow previous to this. They've seen you work this whole time. And you are being offered these gifts in this ascension because they know that you're willing to learn and work. And they're also telling me that, like, this is fun for you. Like, for me, my gifts are fun. I love my gifts. I absolutely love them. I've loved them my whole life. Even the scary moments, I don't love those all the time, but at 53, I understand them, I guess. I mean, I understand them because, I'm 53, and, when I saw that stuff, I was very young and I didn't understand what I was seeing, and now I understand, and at 53, it terrifies me, so, yeah, I don't want to think about that right now. So, I know. Here comes Racer, la 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 la. I can't have the tongue in my head. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, something else is trying to come in, so I have to, like, avoid it right now. But yeah, the divine has seen all the work that you have done. So whatever kind of small stasis you're in, whether you're still in, like, COVID isolation, or you're just keeping to yourself more, and you're going to see people drop from your life. You're going to see places drop from your life, events, things you do, everything. And you're going to feel very alone, like you're on a dead end. But the divine wants you to know that that dead end is going to lead you off between the trees and into a new path that brings you to a new road. And it's not a scary path at all. It's just a path. And it's how you need to get around there to do this, because there are just certain things that you need to see for your growth cycle. And at the end of the day, I'm being told you want to see them. You're willing to see them. Ooh, I just had a white flash. You are willing to do this work where others are unwilling to do this. You are. And not only are you willing to do it, you're willing to explore it, you're willing to have fun with it, and you're interested. And that's the point. And it's not the fake Harry Potter bullshit interested. It's the, I understand what the Mother Earth and Father Earth is. I'm understanding the things that are being shown to me. Even if, like, what's shown to me is different, and maybe you don't call them Father Earth and Mother Earth, maybe you call them something different, but we both know we're talking about the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And the heater just clicked on as like confirmation to like say, so that is what is going on. You are having a massive light switch turned on. And a lot of you might start feeling sick. You might get headachy. You might feel sick to your stomach. You might feel like you have no energy. You know, if the minute you start to feel that way, get all your dishes done, get your house extra clean, get your extra supplies in, make your foods for when you're tired, because you're going to have to lock and load for a week. Because if I don't know about you, but the last new moon was just absolutely brought me to the floor. But I'm really sensitive to the transits. And I'm sure that I feel like a few of you understand that. All right, so I don't think there's much more that I can say without just repeating everything. But they want you to really, really understand that right now you are having a massive ascension. So you might have spirits come in and they might start showing you signs and symbols. Write them down. Try to keep them. If you're like me, you just kind of keep them by memory. Ask, inquire about what these things are, because your senses, whatever they're going to be, they are growing quickly and big in a way that may be so big you might think you're crazy. You might go, oh my God, I'm schizophrenic. But you're 53 years old. You weren't diagnosed when you were in your 20s or your teens, so there's like no way for that to happen now. Keep your rationality around you and by your side, because the more you can keep yourself rational, the easier it is to deal with this ascension. The easier it's going to be for these things to flow in and flow out, because that's a lot of what this is. This energy has to flow in and make you tingle, and then it flows out and makes you kind of nauseous or whatever it does to you. So, like right now, I've got a wee bit of a headache. Ooh. Sorry, that was a twitch. Yeah, spirit makes me twitch a lot. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, and I hope you enjoyed this extended. And if you're here, please subscribe. And good night. God bless you. We love you, and be good, behave, be happy, and always please be yourself. Love you.